welcome, Matt here. We just did a longer lesson, and as I have been doing recently, I thought I'm going to chuck an example from that longer lesson out into the wider world because it's funky and it's a bit fun. So previously, you might have seen we did a lesson playing the backbeat on the E, so the 1 E and ah, so the second 16th note in a beat. Well, this time we were looking at playing it on the ah, 1 E and ah, so it's that fourth 16th note in the beat. And this example, I'm gonna chuck some sheet music onto the screen here in case it's useful for you to see the notation, because this example has a little bit of a, it can play with your mind a bit. And I don't know if when I played that intro, maybe it did play with your mind. Maybe you heard the downbeat being in one place and then it seemed like I switched where it was, then I switched back. If that did happen to you, there's a reason for it. We're going to break it down now. So what we're doing here is the hands are playing the same thing on every beat. So they're just 8-note hi-hats, and then we're going to play the snare between those hi-hats on the ah. So we go like 1 and ah 2 and ah 3 and ah 4 and ah 1 and ah 2 and ah 3. All right, now let's forget beat 1 because it's got 2 bass drums at the beginning. Let's go straight to beat 2. We're going to play a bass drum between the hi-hat on the E. So we go 1 E and ah. And if you just play that slow, I think you'll realise that anybody can do this. 1 E and ah. Repeat. 1 E and ah. 1 E and ah. 1 E and ah. 1 E and ah. Has your brain flipped the downbeat? I don't know if you're listening or playing along. And by the way, please play along. Body percussion is fine. Just try and get your limbs moving and working out this beat. But whether you're just listening or whether you're playing it, did your brain flip so that you suddenly started hearing the bass drum as the beat 1, the snare drum as beat 2, and the hi-hats, or the snare drum maybe on the and, it depends how quick you're counting it, and the hi-hats were then on the offbeat. So like 1 E and 2 E, that's off at 1 and 2 and, depends how you're counting it. 1 E and 2 E. Did you start hearing that? If you did, leave a comment below. It's most likely that you did hear that. Our brain will automatically switch to the dominant thing that it thinks the bass drums on beat 1 and the snares, the downbeat on the 2. So that's common, and we would expect that. So that's where this particular pattern can be quite fun because it flips you around, and it will do that to the listener as well. If you add this into a song, it will do it to the listener. Now the only variation we've got is the first beat has 2 bass drums, so you go 1 E, so it has got 1 on that downbeat, 1 E and ah, and then after that it continues as we already practiced. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2. Okay, so this could be used in a number of ways. So you could just be playing a groove, normal groove. You know, and you chuck it in like a fill, a little variation, maybe on the turnaround at the end of a section. You know, you get to the end. Or 1 E. Could be that. It could be the intro to a song to fool the listener, like I tried to do to you at the beginning. So go. and then into your groove, you know? So that might create something interesting at the start of the song. Or who knows, maybe you could write a whole song around this groove and just make some quirky, mad little song. I don't know. Once you've learnt the beat, you can use it in all sorts of ways. And you'll find your own variations around it as well. But it's just a bit weird, a little bit quirky, and a bit fun. And actually as well, just quite a good exercise to get you used to playing bass drums on the E, snare drums on the R. So on those syncopated positions, if you haven't done it before, it might feel hard. It might be tricky to keep those hi-hats as steady eighth notes. Make sure they're all even eighth notes. So it's a good exercise in that way. If you liked it, just like and subscribe and all that usual stuff. But most of all, get down, practice this, and see how you can use it.